Let's do money. Let's do the.
What that guy?
Yeah, he loves it.
Did you send that? Oh, you shared.
Yeah, he did.
Copy deal.
That's great.
We had somebody email Lee that said they were disappointed because the intro for Kelvin's thing was cut short.
Just let it play. Just put it on loop. Trevor probably paid the guy. Yeah. Trevor's dad. Yeah. All right.
Speaking of instigators.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is right there. Let me find my. Where is it on here now? What's that?
I'm waiting for my vest to come that says Supreme Lending on it.
Are you?
Do you have those?
You got a backpack over there? Look at that.
See, I got nothing. I get nothing.
I don't have a rack.
No respect.
T-shirt.
No, I'll get you one. Do you wear
Nothing.
like T-shirts? I'll get you a whole slug of them.
I can buy them.
Mm-hmm.
You got a few.
Yeah, you can
extras?
buy them.
$28.
$28.
We're trying to
It's a nice
survive
tie.
here, so nothing's free.
You need an XL or 2XL now these days after the corona.
I'm still just XL or
XL.
large, depending on the cut.
XL.
I put on an XL golf
XL.
shirt yesterday. I told Sheila, I said, I'm swimming in this thing. What am I doing? Shrinking? What's going on? She says, do a push-up, you fat hog. Oh, okay.
Just one.
Just one.
Got her.
All right. Oh, right here. For some reason, my okay.
Brought the
Money
garbage
is
to the curb.
Yep.
Got the mail.
I think I went aerobic.
All right, here we go. But we're going to wrap.
Money in the bank.
Rates are good. Pretty exciting. You know why? Why? Free money. You understand what I'm saying?
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. I think that's I thought I heard that plan the other night when they're down on Lake Street. They're going into the Target store. They guys jamming to this.
They're jamming to that.
Yeah.
Saying,
Low rates. Yeah, stuff is free.
Stuff
Free
is
money. Free money.
Yeah, it's crazy down there. And the other, and we talked on last segment, we won't spend this whole segment on it, but the other thing that I think is just unnecessary is to have, Al Sharpton fly in, Jesse Jackson fly in, to walk the street. It just, it's all a bunch of,
Well, they've become kind of irrelevant in the last few years. So they got to kind of get in front of the camera
where's something going wrong? Oh, let's fly there.
Where's something going wrong? Yeah, let me fly there and be seen.
Yep. And that's all this. They fly in, do that, and then
you're gone.
Yeah, just such a. So I think there has to be a total leadership change in this state from Corona handling of that. Like everybody, I heard somebody speaking this morning, Jeff Johnson speaking, and I liked what he said. He said, the first 2-3 weeks, like you give everybody grace and give everybody like, okay, I get it, like figure it out. But boy, after that point, we're governing by fear, and you saw it with how we're handling Corona. We govern by fear. You see it last night. Or the last couple nights in Minneapolis, we govern by fear. Right. We're afraid to stand up and to be strong in the midst of tragedy. I mean, that's what happened is tragic, right? But you don't respond that way. That's not the way you respond. That doesn't give you the right to then go and destroy 170.
And the mayor is saying that this guy should be arrested and all that stuff. Like the police chief is doing something wrong. When he hired him, he appointed him. He, you know what I'm saying? It's all his people.
Right.
In the city of Minneapolis, and it's just, but I could go on like that. And it doesn't matter what political party you
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. So we just hope there can be, hope the voices can get quieted down there now as we are into the weekend. And,
I think we're in for a rough weekend.
So let's hope not. So let's talk about some fun things, which is low interest rates.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about rate and term and ratios.
Oh, I'll talk to some ratios right now.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. We won't. But we'll tell you, though, that interest rates continue to stay at nice low levels for everybody. So everybody's going through this time right now, and we're having, record-breaking months in terms of refinances, and the purchase market is definitely back. So we're seeing that. We're seeing a lot of multiple offers, even up into that 400 range, which is crazy. I think it's due to lack of inventory being on the market right now. So we like what we're seeing. There's an article that came out that says April's forbearance requests slow to a relative trickle, which is a good thing, right?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
a lot of those people already went on. Some of them got caught, like
Talk about that a little bit, because there was a rule change, right? So
Yeah.
there were 4 million. What I saw was 4.1 million people had gone into forbearance.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's 4.76 million, or
Okay.
9% of all active mortgages. So,
Okay.
and then it was going to be that, hey, you have to have good payment history for 12 months before you can do anything. Well, now they shortened that back to 3 months.
Okay.
And now there's talk that they might just say be out of forbearance, but that's not.
And the
rule yet.
forbearance, and people that went in, I believe many of the people that went into forbearance didn't need to.
No, it was right on their statement. I talked to a client. I'm trying to refinance him. He said, "Hey, good news. I haven't made last couple payments." I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah.
I
Save
said,
some,
"So why'd
got
you-"
some extra money.
Yeah, I said, "Why'd you do that? Did you lose your job?" "No, I'm fine." But right when I go on my thing, you just had to click a button. It said
Don't make your
utilize the
mortgage payment. For
yeah,
12
something like
months.
that. So he's like, "Why not? I'll tack it on the end. That's fine. I'm not going to live here forever anyway." So
Mhm.
my balance is $6,000 more when I sell it.
Big deal.
Big deal. Big
Well,
deal.
Yeah, it
little
is a
bit,
big deal.
right? It is a little bit of a big deal. So I encourage you, if you can, continue to make your house payments. But 9% of all mortgages, that's pretty. That's
It's
a
up
high
there,
number.
right?
That's
Yeah.
a high number. So we'll kind of see how that plays out. But rates this past week, we continue just to kind of say the same thing: low to mid threes, upper threes. If it's kind of like I'm doing a high-rise condo in Minneapolis. That's we're at 3. We locked them yesterday, 3.75 high-rise condo,
Mhm.
right? So condo price is a little different.
That was always a
condo.
little tricky, isn't it?
Yeah,
The
and
condo.
high-rise is a little different.
Mhm.
What's super awesome with Supreme Lending is they have a whole condo division. So they have every condominium place in the country, because we lend in all 50 states. So they have all these. They can pull them up. They already have all the association stuff. Just the process
Smooth.
is so much smoother on the condo thing. So it's super, it's really good there. 15-year fixed, we're having a few of those people just shortening the term of their
Mhm.
loan, dropping down. And that's around high 2s, low 3s, depending on credit and type of property. FHA, again, 3%, a little bit under. We locked a couple under 3% this week.
Wow.
On FHA. Jumbo, the one area where it's tough is the jumbo non-conforming. I had a couple clients come in, and it's kind of nice because people are wanting to come in and see us again. So
Mhm.
I said, "Hey, come by the office," and their purchase price was 700 and some. Their loan amount was over 540, 100, which is that non-conforming
Mhm.
limit. So, and they're like, "What's non-conform? What do you mean by conforming?"
Mhm.
Conforming means it conforms to Freddie and Fannie's
Guidelines.
guideline, right?
Yeah, that number's been ticking up.
Yeah, that's real nice. But now if you're over that, then it's just individual banks saying,
Mhm.
"Hey, we want that exposure. We want to take that risk." And those banks, with everything else going on, have really pulled back on that market. So in
Too
this
big of a ticket item.
too big of a ticket item, and these people
Just
are
they're
perfect.
reducing their exposure, right?
Yep. And you're talking 800 plus credit scores. I
Mhm.
mean, just perfect clients, right?
Right.
But
You got to split it up then, dude.
what we're
80,
doing in
10,
there,
10s
yeah, we're doing what we're doing there is just going to 510 or 540, 100, and doing the remainder on a HELOC.
Okay.
And
Which
we're
is
getting it
now what,
done then.
3% or 3.5%?
4.25.
Okay.
Yep, 4%, 4.25
Yeah, because
right
those
there.
went up too, right?
Yep, a little bit. So, but a great way to still solve the problem. So we haven't been locking, as I'm looking at my rates for this week. Jumbo, we're not finding anything attractive, and we can get that payment and accomplish everything we want to a lot more attractive than taking a rate in the mid to high 4s.
Yeah, which is a big change too, because
Big
it
change.
was very attractive.
It used to be, yeah,
Yeah.
it used to be the rates were the same,
Yeah,
remember?
Right.
So,
Not too long ago.
yeah.
So do you shop different lenders then, different investors, or some investors have a bigger appetite for?
For jumbo,
Mhm.
yeah, we have everybody, but so many of when you're pricing all of our stuff, it says suspended lending, lending,
Interesting.
You
So
know,
they're just
so
not taking
they're
it.
just not taking it. So,
Okay, so you mentioned that you locked a FHA loan that was under 3%.
2875, yeah.
Okay, tell me about FHA, because it seems like any problems that we've been having this spring seems to always revolve around an FHA loan. What's changed with FHA that makes those loans problematic in the first place?
I don't see anything problematic with those loans. Now, if it's tied to a Minnesota Housing Finance, a bond loan, then you're going to see some stuff. You're going to see some issues coming up that FHA raised the credit score. But outside of that, we were lending down to 580 was our guideline. Now it's 640.
Okay.
That's a big, that's a 60. I mean, that's a big shift, right? But outside of that,
So why would someone use an FHA loan versus 5% down conventional?
They maybe don't have the money to get, they have the 3.5% down, but they don't have the 5%. Their credit isn't real strong, so they're down around that 640, 644 range. So then the the mortgage insurance is going to be cheaper through FHA than it is going to be on the conforming.
Are the ratios required different? I mean,
you got a little bit more room to go higher on your ratios on FHA than on the conforming.
So it's
product.
generally as a weaker buyer would move towards FHA.
I hate to say that, but you probably
Well, that's what it is.
Yep.
Otherwise, if they were a stronger buyer, they'd use
They'd go
conventional.
3% down, conforming.
Yeah.
Yep. So we look at both of those when we have somebody who says, "Hey, I just have 3 or 3.5% down." Then we're going to just see, and it really comes down to rate and the mortgage insurance. Which one's cheaper, and we're going to go that route.
Yeah.
Because we can get either done.
So as a listing agent, we're looking at comparing offers in a multiple offer situation. Then if we're looking at FHA versus conventional, that's where we're at.
That's where we're at.
That's
like there's a reason that guy's
perspective.
FHA, and it isn't because he's a strong buyer, right?
Yeah.
How about the time to close? I mean, in terms of that,
Same.
does it matter? Same
No.
FHA, VA.
No, same. VA is a little tougher, just because it takes a little bit longer on the appraisal, right? Because it gets reviewed by the VA.
Okay.
But outside of that, no. And appraisals are taking quite a while because of all the refinances going on. We're having a delay on our purchases. So we're really trying to monitor that. We're paying rush fees and we're covering the cost of the rush. So we're rushing purchases because that's so critical that we get that back within a week, So we're paying the rush fee for everybody on purchases to get it done in a week.
Okay.
And we're letting refis drag out a little bit.
Pay a rush fee for a desktop appraisal.
Exactly.
What's that?
Pay a rush fee for a desktop appraisal.
We don't get them all.
We closed on.
To be honest, we're having some of that. That it's supposed to be a full appraisal. We're getting it. I mean,
we had a house that closed yesterday.
Yeah, well, I had it on a listing of mine where it's supposed to be a full appraisal. And I called the appraiser and said, my lockbox says you didn't. It's electronic. It says you didn't access the property. Oh yeah, I was there. I just pulled it off the house. It said I accessed it,
but nobody else.
Didn't say you did. And I'm just like, I'm not going to argue with the guy.
Yeah. You almost argue like, come on.
Appraise. What are you doing?
Nice house. Get your butt in there. Check it out.
Check it out. It's a nice house.
Well, the point is, like, I had the wife leave, the kid, and all that. Like, we arranged for them to leave the house.
A lot of times they're just doing drive-bys now, and that's enough. And so we pay extra for them to not even go into the property.
Yeah, perfect.
So anyway, hey, give me a call.
Grab.
Give me a call, 651-231-2500, 651-231-2500. And if you mention the radio show, we do cover the cost of the appraisal.
There you go. That's it for this week on Your Real Estate Chalk Talk. We'll see you next week.
You've been listening to Your Real Estate Chalk Talk with the Hittner Group, the leaders of the #1 Coldwell Banker Burnett real estate team in Minnesota.